Leave me alone.
Okay.
Where's your grey jacket? I beg wear your shirt because your shirt is really silly.
Don't worry. I'll be home. All right, welcome inside the locker room on a hump of the week, Wednesday morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, 16 minutes past 8 a.m., 29th day of January 2025. First month of the year has galloped to almost a close. The month is not over yet, so let me not, jump the gun, as it were. Ayokunmi here on the Smooth Breakfast. Welcome along to the ride as we take a walk into the locker room. It's all about sports at this point in time. Sporting action is what we discuss here. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you are welcome to the best sports show on radio. Yes, I can beat my chest and say that. No issues whatsoever. And you know that I do not do this alone. I'm never alone on this journey in the locker room because I have with me, as always, gorgeous, awake, sprightly, Tega Supreme in the building.
Good morning, everybody. You always forget Frozen. All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great week. So far, the week is still going on. All right.
Indeed.
So just tune in and listen to us. Today is a day of mountain and fire.
Hmm.
I'm not talking about the church. The UEFA Champions League, the final day, everybody playing the same time. You cannot help thy neighbor. Everybody, salvation is a one-man business, and everybody shall face his or her own salvation
Oh, Israel to your
with
tents.
fear and trembling.
Hmm.
so, so today is Judgment Day. All right, we'll talk about that. The UEFA Champions League coming up. We'll also touch a little bit on some overturning, because we said this thing that that thing was not red card. It's not red card. I was shouting and I was shouting on Saturday. I don't know why Michael Oliver didn't hear me. I was screaming. People on social media saw me. People saw me shouting at
Maybe he
them.
had cotton wool in his
He
ears or
has got it.
something.
I say it's not red. It's not red. It's not red. It's not here. Now they've marked his script and given him F9. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about if your brother gets a call from Saudi Arabia, will you tell him that trophy is better or that Saudi is better? We'll touch on that this morning because some of you are too judgmental. In your office, do you work for accolades, or do you work for money?
I mean, I got a job to get paid.
I don't understand. Don't you want to move to a bigger house? Don't you want to buy your own house? Don't you want to buy a car?
By yacht
Don't you want to take your children to a better school?
to
Don't you want
Maldives.
to travel?
Mm.
You know? So why are people telling other people's brother to be slaving away in Europe when there's a promised land of Saudi Arabia? We'll talk about all of that and more in the locker room this morning. But before we do any talking, Ayokunmi, tell us, how can they be part of the locker room? Because we want to hear from them.
All right, we definitely need to hear from you. We need to know what you would tell your brothers if it were you. Join us this morning. Share your thoughts on WhatsApp on 0809 You can also give us a call on the studio line. It's 0201 4489981. We'll open that when we deem fit. And very importantly, join us on YouTube. We're streaming at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Uche Nawoko is already lined up right there. We see you. Welcome along to the ride. All right, we're going to begin talking about the big one that happened. Was it Monday night? Yes, and that is the AFCON draw. The Super Eagles of Nigeria have been drawn in Group C alongside Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania.
Wahala, wahala, wahala. All right. Now, you look at the names. Tunisia, first of all, we're playing in Morocco, so we are in North Africa already.
Mm.
And you know how the North Africans like North Africa, even down to their results. So we have Tunisia in our group, we have Uganda, and we have Tanzania. Now, the thing about Uganda and Tanzania, they can be very tricky. It's not can they defeat you, is can they let you win?
Right,
and,
right,
and
right.
that's where the trick can be, because any minute you find yourself in a dicey situation. So this group is not tough.
At least on paper.
It's tricky. it's not tough, it's tricky. And that's usually what catches you. Um, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Super Eagles navigate this. If you ask me, looking at this group, I'd say it's healthy. And if the Super Eagles start, with excellence and start in the right spirit, this is going to be in December. So I think they can come out of this group, but for them to have Tanzania, Uganda, Tunisia in one group, tricky. What are your thoughts? How do you think the Super Eagles will fare? I don't expect them to come out flying out of the group. I don't want that. What I want from them is to qualify from the group.
Mm.
Fly in the knockout round, please.
Hey.
Just come out of this group and fly in the knockout round. Don't fly here.
Don't start from sky and then come down.
And then come down.
Start from ground and go up.
So if you ask me, this group is tricky. When it comes to, because of the Tanzanians, their football has gotten better. Remember when the Nigerian was in charge of Tanzania, you saw the result.
That was Emmanuel Amunike.
Yes,
correct?
Amunike.
Yeah.
Uganda also has had some, impressive results in the build up to in the qualifiers for this AFCON. So they have a good team. So that's why I say it's not tough. On a normal day, we should be able to take out all three of these things, but it's tricky. It's how we start the tournament. What are your thoughts? Numbers to send your messages to are
0809 444 I'm taking that slowly. 0809 444 That's the WhatsApp number. Send your messages to us there. Let us know your thoughts about the AFCON draw.
draws. Yes.
And
Nigeria in Group C, Tunisia, Uganda, Tanzania. How do you think we would fare, especially with the new coach? And you can also tell me which group Ghana is in. I did not, was going in and out.
Tega, are you gonna start this? Are you gonna start this?
I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start it this morning.
Okay. All right. Let's keep things moving. Let's head over to the Premier League, where Arsenal have successfully appealed against the red card shown to Miles Lewis-Skelly in Saturday's 1-0 win at Wolves, meaning the 18-year-old escapes a 3-match ban.
Yeah. It's so sad though. That red card could have influenced the results. Would they have given Arsenal their 3 points? Efia would have moved on like nothing happened.
I just said sorry.
And just said sorry. That's it. But this was this again. This is the issue. Like I said, the minute Michael Oliver, I said on Saturday, the minute Michael Oliver gave the red card, it was going to be hard for VAR to overturn it. And here's why. Apart from the fact that in England, VAR they claim that VAR is not a tool to help the referee, that VAR is refereeing. They don't want the VAR to referee the ref. I don't know where they got that idea from. It's like when you use your glasses, are your glasses your eyes? Are they taking the place of your eyes? No.
They're helping my eyes.
They're just helping your eyes. But English referees assume that your glasses have become your eyes. I don't know why they have all these insecurities. Maybe because they are not as good as they have shown to be. But the VAR is a tool to help. So ideally, you can go to VAR and review your decision and be confident enough to change it. However, on this note, I understand completely why VAR did overturn it. Now they have said that every tackle with the studs that is higher than the ankle is a red card.
Okay.
That's the rule. So when you take it to VAR and you slow down the pictures, Lewis-Skelly's tackle was above the ankle and it was with the studs because the leg he came down the side of was it Doherty's leg? I can't remember the player. He came down the side of his leg. So with VAR couldn't have overturned it based on the rule of law. But if Michael Oliver hadn't shown the red card, VAR wouldn't have called him to it. And that, I think, is what should have given Michael Oliver a reason to not give that red card. Now, Arsenal fans are saying, oh, Michael Oliver hates us. Michael Oliver doesn't hate you. You're not special. Michael Oliver is not biased. He's incompetent. It's two different things. He's not biased. He doesn't send your father. He doesn't hate you. He's just not competent. So across board.
Across board.
So stop making it. You're not special. That's all I've been trying to tell Arsenal fans. You know, they come at me and they say, "Oh, Tega says Michael Oliver doesn't have anything against Arsenal." He doesn't. This is not a bias. He doesn't know his job. Stop calling it more than it is. All right. So the card has been overturned, and Lewis Kelly, the young fine boy, can come and play. He should calm down, Sha, next time. His body's too hot.
He's 18. He'll
He's
learn.
18, yeah, he will learn.
Or not.
He will learn. He will learn. He looks like he has a good head on his shoulder. Already, he's doing the job effectively, and
Right.
he has the right approach to it. It's just that sometimes when you see him, you can see the youthful exuberance, but youthful exuberance is not bad in and of itself. So
Exactly. All right, let's jump into the Champions League, where Pep Guardiola says Manchester City will embrace the challenge of Wednesday's must-win Champions League clash against Club Brugge and is confident they will make the knockout stages.
Well, I was confident for you too when you met PSG. And we know how that match ended. I was confident against Feyenoord. I was like, even if they lose to anybody, Feyenoord, Ashe. From 3-0 up to 3-all.
To Tiri.
And that's the same. Now your back. So people don't understand the football sports is psychology. It's not necessarily there's a place for talent, there's a place for quality and skill. But most in general, sometimes when it comes down to the wire, it usually comes down to the psychology. Now Manchester City are under pressure. This is win or go home. And even if you win, safe, you may still go home.
Because you need a lot of
Because
prayer.
you need, because you're now also dependent on other people not performing at their best.
True.
So this is a case of I don't have to outrun the lion, I just have to outrun the people I'm running against. And so that's where they are right now. Club Brugge knows that they're under pressure. They're going to come to that game like that. Like I have nothing to lose. People don't expect me to beat you on a normal day. You know how they say, he that is down needs fear no fall. They have no pressure. Nobody expects them to beat Manchester City. Manchester City, you on the other hand, are the one that they don't only expect to beat us, but they expect to make it to the next round of the Champions League.
Exactly.
So they're going to play that psychology scoreboard. And that's where I think it's tough for Manchester City, because the way their season have gone, it's not just affecting their position on different tables, whether it's the Premier League table you're looking at or the Champions League table. It's affecting the psychology of the players. So as soon as something bad happens or something bad looks like it's about to happen, then they start to second guess themselves. Then they get nervous. Then they start to make mistakes. And that's why they've conceded a lot of goals this season. And so I think that's where the pressure is going to be. I like the fact that Pep Guardiola is talking tough. I like the fact that his players will also be talking tough at least in the first 2 minutes of the match. But if they concede an early goal, I think they'll be jittery from there. So I'm not saying if panic will set in. I don't know that they're going to go out. I think they're confident now, but I don't know how long they remain confident if they don't score an early goal.
It's very important. I'm pretty sure everyone in that stadium will have one eye on the other games going on all around Europe, because, as we said, a number of other teams need to drop points.
So it's not just a question of let me just win. And like I said, you have to outrun the opponent. If not, the lion is getting you. The lion of relegation is getting you. It's not relegation. You're knocked out completely. Yeah, there's no second chance. You're not going to Europa. You're just knocked out. Goodbye and God bless. Till next year.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back in, we'll still stay with the Champions League and talk about Bayern Munich and Vincent Kompany, who is still hopeful of making a top.
He's one of the people that is running from the Lions. All right. I'm telling you, you just be outrunning. So when I was younger, oh God, yesterday someone said, Tega, maybe you're the one that scarred your younger brother. Because my younger brother is a man now, by the way. It's not like he's still a baby. But went to play with estate dog. It's not like I even went to play with it. I didn't even go to see the dog. I actually went to see the cow.
But, even worse, cow.
No, because they said they were going to kill cow. Like the cook. So I wasn't born with a silver spoon, but we had some privileges when I was younger. Okay. So we had an estate cook. We lived with a lot of Europeans, so and they didn't. Some of them didn't come with their wives, so they had a cook for the company. So we had a cook, and the cook had said, Mr. Smith had said that they were going to kill a cow, and that the cow was somewhere in the back. So I had gone to see the cow. I didn't know that the estate dog was taking his usual walk. And that dog was big. And you can see how small I am. I'm 5'3" at this age. So when I was 6, you can imagine how tiny I was. I now took my mother's only son and said, "Come, let's go." That's how the estate dog chased us. I kid you not. And it's like, we're very tiny, so, and the dog was big. So we looked like toys that the dog was playing with. My brother, I couldn't believe it. As I ran like this, my brother ran and climbed the top of the swing. The swing, the swing, the thing that holds the swing. My brother, I ran and made it into the house, and I shut the door behind
Can
me.
you imagine?
But he couldn't run that fast, like my younger brother. So he climbed the top of the swing. He was not crying there. I was not inside. I was not saying, "Oh my God, dog is going to eat him." Anyway, I left him there. Eventually, the person caretaker of the estate dog now came to take the estate dog away. When he came in, I started laughing at him. So I'm sure yes.
You scarred him for life.
He had dogs after that. I'm still afraid of dogs till tomorrow. He's had several dogs. But yeah, there's a reason he doesn't trust me. Like if I tell him something, he'd be like, "I'm going to check."
I mean, I wouldn't blame him.
Till tomorrow.
I don't blame him. All right, welcome back into a walk into the locker room this beautiful Wednesday morning on Smooth 98.1, the Smooth Breakfast with me, Ayokunmi, and of course, Tega in this morning talking about the sporting action. You can join us, please. We look forward to hearing from you. Send your messages to us on WhatsApp on 0809 444 0981. Studio line is 0201 44 And YouTube, we're streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. A couple of comments there. Let me take the ones I can see here. Uche Nawokwe says, the UCL, time to separate the boys from the men. Man City on the verge of elimination. Will their erratic form punish them, or will they dig deep and get the job done? Mouth watering indeed.
Yep.
Metro Central says, Tega, please, if that referee has offended you in any way, please, I apologize on his behalf. That wasn't a stray bullet, it was a nuclear weapon. Chai.
No, but that's what it is. Let's take one or two messages before we go back to the story.
Okay, Esquire says, in this UCL, everyone is playing against everyone. I love it. Chidozie says, I think Club Rouge has a lot to lose in tonight's game. They have lost since October, 23 games unbeaten. That's enough integrity on the line. City should be very worried. Real Madrid will go hard, on Brest tonight, especially with their two-pointed attack. And like Henry once said, you can be small and still compete.
Yeah, Henry said it. Yeah, you can be small and still compete. They compete against Almighty Real Madrid. Let's take Vice Company. He's one of who competing.
Exactly. Now he said anything is possible despite his team only holding a slim chance of finishing in the Champions League top 8 ahead of their last league match against Slovan Bratislava at the Alliance Arena on Wednesday.
I hate the fact that some of them are facing all these teams.
These are the sort of teams that they will score 12 goals against.
Do you understand? I don't like the fact that they're facing all these kind of teams. The only thing that is making me happy is that you know how it is. Their fate is also dependent on other people's fate.
Exactly.
So it's now a rat race. That's the only because it would have been nice if on the final day, like Bayern will be facing Atletico Madrid.
Apply pressure.
Do you understand? That's pressure. But now you'll be facing Bratislava, Club Brugge. Which kind of even me beat all those teams now when push comes to shove. I mean, there's a way that something will happen and you will struggle, but that's what I would have wanted. But I like the rat race, and yes, company has really struggled this season in Champions League. Like I said, I think even if he does win the Bundesliga and he's 6 points clear at the top of the Bundesliga table, but even if he does win the Bundesliga, I think his replacement is already at the door. The people have come to take his job at the door because the way that the whole Bayern Munich has performed in the Champions League this season, it's not a question of the new format. It's a function of the person that they put at the helm of affairs. So very tough one there. But like tonight will be interesting because you may win your match and still not make it. Now,
Exactly.
people like Atletico Madrid are looking for automatic qualification spots. Liverpool and the slot is saying, "I'll rest some players because for me, it's not important that I finish top." He's going to rest some players in today's match, which for the integrity of the competition is not right. If I'm UEFA, I'm going to charge him because
Uh,
yes, now because what you're doing is you're giving your opponent easy pass.
I have players on the bench now. I
No,
have a full squad registered
no,
in the Champions League.
they are not starting. Can you remember that? Can you remember what Manchester United? Remember that time Manchester United was it an FA Cup fixture?
Was it?
Was it an FA Cup fixture where they played, or was it they had a tough FA Cup fixture and then they played a Premier League match and the other team came with the weakest team they've ever seen? They're like, we're already.
Was it Blackburn?
I can't remember. They're like, we're already going to lose to Manchester United. Might as well roll over. I like the way they find them. It is for the integrity of the competition. You play your best players. Can't be telling me in press conference wholeheartedly that you're going to rest players.
Why? Okay.
It's the integrity of the competition.
Wait, Tega.
Please.
Tega.
The numbers to send your messages to, are you with Tega or you're with Ayo? The integrity of the competition means that you have to.
has a deep squad now.
No.
Nunes play.
Why
Curtis Jones play.
Why is he calling it rest if he's deep squad? If the question you should ask yourself is, if my position in qualification was on the line, is this the lineup I'll put?
Wait.
If the answer is no, then don't put that lineup. If not, you're giving the other team advantage.
How about in the first 7 games they played, that they played with full squad?
They should continue like that. Integrity of the competition. If you're with Ayo, say I. If you're with Tega, say I. All right, you know the number to send your messages to. All right, let's move from Verizon Company and Liverpool and a slot who is trying to shake things up.
All right, let's talk about some Saudi money. Now, Bayer Leverkusen manager Xabi Alonso confirmed on Tuesday that striker Victor Boniface, or as Jamie Carragher said, Boniface,
I cannot get over
is
it.
in talks to leave the club in the current transfer window.
Oh, yes. Okay, now this has caused a lot of issues with some people talking tough. Now, remember, Victor Boniface is 24. And people are saying, how can you leave Europe at 24 and go to Saudi? Your career is your career over. You can still go when you're 30, yada, 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 and more blah that they always talk about. So first of all, let me talk like if Victor Boniface were my friend. Victor Boniface were my own personal friend. Now, if you've seen Victor Boniface's knee, I have had I don't want to call it pleasure.
Privilege?
Let me call it privilege of looking at his knee close up. It's not a very good real estate. He's had 2 ACL injuries. So that knee has some crisscross lines. And it's not the hip hop music I'm talking about. I'm talking about some scars, nasty looking scars. So if you've had 2 ACL injuries and you're 24 and Saudi comes for you, again, this is not me being faithless, or this is not about a lack of ambition. Ultimately, you play football to earn a living. If all these World Cup, Ballon d'Or, Salon d'Or, anything you're talking about.
But everybody's going to win those
Ultimately, you play football to earn a living for your family. And the football career is not long. You can't work till you're 60 here.
If you're lucky, you'll play till you're 30.
35. If you're Cristiano Ronaldo, who doesn't take any foreign bodies, so he has no enjoyment and he sleeps at 8 p.m. Me, I can't sleep at 8 p.m. When the Champions League starting at 8:55. I can't sleep at 8 p.m. What's happening there? If you're not that kind of person, maybe you end at 35. If Victor Boniface, if you're listening to Tega Onojiafe, move to Saudi and collect your pension now. You can come back at 26. You can, for the next 2 years, collect the money, but we don't know how long Saudi is going to continue to splash the cash.
Exactly. And they're calling him now.
And we don't know that they'll want you at 30. Go and collect your pension. Listen to me. Don't listen to all these people. You're 24. I've seen your knee. You've had 2 ACL injuries.
2 ACL injuries at 24?
Oga, please, I beg of you. If it's not, maybe it's 1 ACL and another injury, but that knee is horrible looking. In fact, I'm going to look for a video and post it on my social media so that you see the me I'm talking about. The scars are not pretty. My dear, go to Saudi Arabia.
Secure the bag.
Secure that bag now. If come back at 26 and look for trophies. But first of all, go to Saudi, secure the bag. All right, let's take some people's thoughts. I can see some messages coming in.
Yes, this is from who's talking to us here. This is Zeus from Festac. He says, "I'm the one going to pack his bag to Saudi Arabia." He says, "My guy's very smart. He has already left his Obiageri GF. Saudi for life." Oh. Okay.
I'm telling you.
Nathan Injoku says, "I remember when this new UCL format was introduced. It was hard to explain. I know pundits, including Tega, liked it. Well,
yeah, I didn't like it.
But look at it now. Everyone is singing UEFA's praises.
I'm not singing their praise, though. They're still a money grabbing organization. I'm not singing their praise.
You further says, Tega, we're playing Bournemouth on Saturday. Plus, we've qualified already. Leave integrity. We will still win. Boniface, fast, you pack your bags."
Nathan Njoku, I'm telling you, this thing sounds like deflate gate. You're throwing the match. That's what you are doing. I will not agree. Okay, so Nathan has said he's with you. Oyaku is with Tega. Let's look for people on YouTube. People on YouTube are with me.
Okay.
Let's check.
On YouTube, Padre says, "I'm with Ayo on this. He already qualified. Let's see how other players play. Let's see them earn their money." The Ogudikwe Oluwashegu says he can rest players because they have done their homework already. Tega, please rest.
Okay, all of you, I'm leaving the studio. What is that? I'm going to report all of you champion. I'm telling you, it's like throwing the match. Okay, let's take on that story. Since people are not supporting me, I'm angry.
Okay, let's take on that story. Talking about PSG, Paris Saint-Germain coach Luis Enrique on Tuesday called on his side to embrace the pressure in Wednesday's final Champions League group stage match in Stuttgart. And I'll give this one hard match.
No, but Stuttgart is not hard because Stuttgart, they can roll over because they play expansive football. They are vulnerable to attacks. And so you saw what happened when PSG met Manchester City. Because Manchester City play that kind of football where they dominate possession, they go out to look for goals. They left themselves defensively vulnerable. And that's a little bit of how Stuttgart can be. They like to play football. You know, they're not pragmatic about their football playing. They play based on how they think football should play. So they attack, they defend, and sometimes they can leave you vulnerable. And PSG has runners, Dembele, Bakola. Those guys can get in behind defenders and cause real damage. And so it looks like it's a tricky tie because it's Stuttgart, but because of the way that both teams play, it gives room for both teams to score and concede. So yes, I like Luis Enrique saying go out and try and get as many get the win as possible. I also think that they can against Stuttgart. That's what I'm saying. The only beauty about this format is that it's a rat race.
Indeed.
It's not about how if I win, it's about if the other person loses too.
Exactly. Another manager who is hoping that his team can finish the job is Unai Emery of Aston Villa. They play against Celtic.
Now that's an interesting one for them, and they're looking for automatic qualification. They don't want knockout. Good evening wants to good evening now. he wants to take a break. He's like, let me qualify straight up. I don't want all these mathematics when they'll start to draw me before they'll go and draw you against somebody that's tough. So he wants the automatic qualification, and at some point it looked like they were going to get it. It was shocking. But they haven't sealed that deal, and they are in danger of not making it through. So I think he's going to put everything on like Arne Slot. He's going to have to try and put his strongest foot forward. All right, let's take your messages. People that are not supporting me.
All right, so Zikulu says, if I got a very high-paying job in Ukraine, I'll be on the next plane en route without delay. Let Victor go to Saudi and collect his moolah.
Collect your money.
What trophy does he want to collect? Kudos to the English FA for overturning the red card against Lewis Skelly. Emeka says, wait, but how can someone be only incompetent only when he's refereeing Arsenal?
No, he's incompetent
It's not
everywhere.
only Arsenal.
It's not only Arsenal.
Only he has given Arsenal 8 red cards, more than any other team. Even if you hate them, why make it so obvious? As for the Eagles, ready your champagne because we are winning it this year.
Correct. I like you.
AY from Uniro says, the last UCL League Group stage match day is finally here. There will be tears surely tonight because teams are going to be eliminated without any hope for European football until next season. I will be there and I hope to see you too, Tega and Ayo.
No worry, we'll be there live.
We got that day. Oluwaseyi says, great for Boniface. I most likely would do the same, but he can forget about Super Eagles, Sha. But who Super Eagles help? What does playing for the Super Eagles matter in the grand scheme of things? Go and get the money. And Roche says, I'm with Ayo. It was you, Tega, who said Man City had no excuse when their first choice players were injured and half fit. You said it was not an excuse because he had players on the bench. Liverpool have the right to play
No, no, no.
whomever they want.
No, no, no. You are mixing the point. Manchester United had no choice but to play the bench. Liverpool is choosing not to play their best. Look, all of you are, I'm not even talking to you again.
Tayo says it's referees like Oliver that will gather and go to the World Cup. The uncouth one has come out as gay, and they should continue with their rada.
I'm telling you, now you rada.
So Boniface is going to Saudi for 25 billion naira. How much is Nigerian bank looking for recapitalization again? It's not 500 billion or something.
Everybody's with Ayo.
I'm with slots. There's nothing to prove at this point.
Don't read again. Go to Mohammed. Mohammed is with me. Mohammed is with me.
Okay. Okay, he says, Tega, I had to send a message because everyone is supporting I on something that is very wrong. Slots is very wrong for wrestling players.
Thank you!
Tega, I am with you.
Yes!
Why is UEFA playing all the matches at the same time? To avoid any
mago. Remember that time that the two European teams colluded to send an African team home at the World Cup?
1982.
Yes.
Germany against someone, I can't remember.
Yeah, so now we don't do that anymore.
All right, Mayawa says, hello guys, shame on the PGMOL. Okay. Let me take YouTube. Any other message on YouTube? No.
Okay. And we're out of time, but let's just read this last.
Chideze says the speed at which Arsenal's red card was overturned is beginning to make me think they've got something on PGMOL. Probably a leaked tape and a recorded audio. Well, I wish them good luck. In Small Doctor's voice, Champions League is not Bundesliga. This is probably why Vincent Kompany and his team are suffering on the continent. I support Liverpool. I support Victor Boniface.
Anyway, Mohammed supported me today. The rest of you collect your good morning from Ayo. All right. On that note, I want to thank you for sending your messages via YouTube, sending your messages via WhatsApp. Thank you for tuning in to Smooth 98.1 FM to listen to the locker room. Till I come your way again on Friday,
right,
where the elite will be playing football and people like Ayo will just have to be watching from outside. Have a fantastic week.
If I don't play late football, I'll play Principal's Cup. I'll try to play something. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Tega, for making it a great one as always. Keep it tuned to Smooth 98.1 at 9 o'clock. We'll have a conversation on Lagos Talks. We're talking about customer service. If you're a business owner, you need to join in this conversation. Don't go anywhere.